Hello YouTube, Frosty here, the IPA guy, where we try all the best IPAs from around the country, and we give a score from 1 to 10. Today's recommendation comes from Kip Blinderman from Wilhoit, Arizona, recommending 2 beers from Four Peaks Brewery in Tempe, Arizona. First, the Hop Knot West Coast IPA and the Hazy IPA. So, bonus special review, 2 beers. So let's give these both these beers a couple of pours, a couple of sniffs, a couple of sips, and a couple of scores. First, we're going to do the Hop Knot IPA. Let's go ahead and give this one a pour. A little bit of drama today, people. Just got back. Talk about it really fast. Just a little bit frazzled. Frosty's a little bit frazzled, a little bit flustered. Was at a little bit of a get together from one of my neighbors. So I'm sitting there. We're at Bette Midler's house. I'm sitting on her deck, having a beautiful time. It's nice. It's a beautiful evening. She doesn't serve beer. That's fine. Frosty's he makes it happen. So I'm sitting there drinking a very nice Manhattan, and I was sitting on the deck. It's a beautiful night, looking at the beautiful view, and I'm talking to Jenna Elfman. I approached her because I wanted to talk to her about the Fear of the Walking Dead. Anyway. We all have our positions on that show. Anyway, she started talking about Scientology. And she said, Frosty, your energy's off. You got to get your thetans checked. I don't know what she's talking about. I'm just like, I just want to talk about Fear of the Walking Dead. Anyway, I'm sitting there talking to her, and I get bumped into. And my Manhattan spills. I turn around. It's Paul Simon. He's like, not watching where he's going. He bumps into me. I spill part of my Manhattan on his suede loafers, and he's, it's all mad and just like flips out on me. So just a little bit frazzled, a little bit upset about that. I just left. I told Jenna, whatever. Fear of the Walking Dead. I wanted to talk about the fact that one of the worst shows on television ever. Just horrible. Why'd you do that? Anyway, so I get home. I said, you know what? Let's do a couple reviews and let's settle down. Let's make it happen. Let's calm down. Let's just, settle, slowly roll Frosty. Just a little bit frazzled, Paul Simon. He's old, but you know what? He's feisty. I don't know. He's crazy. I don't know what the deal is. So, just a little bit frazzled. So, this is what makes me happy. Frosty just loves doing reviews. I'm going to make it happen. We're going to calm down and do the review. So, let's start with the Hop Knot from Four Peaks Brewery in Tempe, Arizona. All right. Let's look at the color. Ooh, this is a West Coast IPA. This is Frosty's wheelhouse, so going to be a little bit, Frosty's going to be hard on the West Coast IPAs. You got to bring it. You got to bring it if you say you're a West Coast IPA. Because that is what Frosty's specialty is. Anyway, color is a beautiful gold, precious metal gold color. So far, so good. Let's check the aroma and see what we think. That really pops. That really pops. That is a beautiful, a little bit tropical. A little bit fruity, very nice, a little bit piney. Let's give it a taste and see what we think. The smell. The aroma is beautiful. Well. You know what they say? 2 out of 3 ain't bad. The aroma, very beautiful. really pops. The color, beautiful. The flavor, you know, it's not bad. It's not horrible. It's not bad. It's just not, it's not what Frosty loves in a West Coast IPA. It's not hard to make a West Coast IPA, people. You make it very dry, very bitter finish. Use maybe some Simcoe, Centennial, Citra, Cascade hops. Just give it that popping aroma. Make it very dry. Don't add too much malt. Not too much malt. It's just, I can definitely got some Simcoe, some Citra, but you missed the mark a little bit using some other funky hops. Funky. Frosty loves his funk. He does. Not skunk, people. Not skunk. Loves the funk. But the hops they use, can't put my finger on it, but it's a little bit sour. It's just not that great. It's not a bad IPA. It's not going to get a horrible score. It's just not a real good West Coast bitter finish IPA. The IBUs on this one are not that high, people. You want to get that nice bitter finish if you're going to bring it on a West Coast IPA. So, not horrible, but not that great. It's not going to be in the 8s for sure. It's going to be in it'll be in the 7s. It's not going to be very high in the 7s. It's just not that impressive. Four Peaks Brewery Company in Tempe, Arizona. Arizona, cool state. Been there many, many times. Very nice. Grand Canyon, obviously. What else? What else is in Arizona? I don't know. Grand Canyon. Sedona's nice, but that's about it. Okay, so let's give it the real deal. Let's cash a check. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, the Hazy's a little bit better. See what their take is on the Hazy. This one is, it's just not that great. Not very bitter. A little bit sour. And so I can definitely taste the Simcoe and the Citra, but the other hops they put in there, it's kind of a little bit sour. It's just not that great. This one is a, you know what? I said 7s. It's not going to be the 7s, people. I'm sorry. I misspoke. What's the real deal? This is that's a 6.9. That's a review. All right. Moving on to the next one. The Four Peaks Hazy IPA. You know what? Let's give this one a pour, a sniff, a sip, and a score, and see what we think. Not impressed with the West Coast. Let's see their take on the Hazies. Hazies, I'm going to say it. On the East Coast, they make better Hazies. So we'll see what Arizona does here. Hazy. All right. Let's see. Let's see if they can bring it on the Hazies. Because Frosty loves those Hazies. Real big on the Hazies lately. Been tasting some really good ones. Let's see what this one does. Okay, it does pop pretty good. Not quite, didn't pop quite as much as the Hop Knot West Coast, but real nice. Very tropical, a little bit fruity. Color, little. It's gonna be a bit cloudy like a Hazy should be. Should be a little more cloudy than this. It's a little bit kind of a clear, so I'm not quite sure how they're gonna make it happen. But you know what? Let's give it a taste and see what we think. Aroma's pretty good. Color is decent. It's not a great hazy color, but it's pretty good. Smell, taste, aroma. It pops pretty well. Aroma's pretty good. A little bit excited, but let's see what we think. Let's give it a taste. I'm not sure what that is, people. I'm just not sure what that is. I mean, it's not a horrible beer. I mean, it's drinkable. I don't know what they're doing, you know. Come on, people. If you're going to make a hazy, you got to bring it. You got to bring it. It's pretty simple to make a hazy. It's not that difficult. I mean, it's difficult, but it's not that difficult. I don't know what this is. This is a hazy, but they're calling it a hazy, but I don't know what they did. Flavors, aromas, pretty nice. Nice and tropical, a little bit fruity. Doesn't pop as much as the Hop Knock, but it's not too bad. The color, it's a little weird. It's not really, it's cloudy, but not real, not real milky. I think what I've found is the kind of milkier the color, the better the hazy, a little more juicy, a little more tropical. This one is not that great, people. I'm not gonna lie. Kit Blinderman from Wilhoit, Arizona. I don't know what you're bringing, Kip, but I think you should go back to something. Go back to Stella, go back to Coors, go back to Michelob Ultra. Maybe drink some Truly once in a while. I don't know. Your beer is not your thing. Let's just put it that way. Beer is not your thing. Shouldn't be recommending anything at this point. Living in Arizona, so Well, you know what? Maybe this is one of the better breweries in Arizona. I don't know. So this one this is not going to get a score. It's not going to be the 7s. It's not going to be the 8s. It's going to be barely in the 6s. This one is, it's not good, people. It's not good. That is not a good recommendation from Kit Blinderman. I already had a bad night. I talked to you about my night. It's just, I come home, I thought, Frosty, get happy, do some reviews. I don't know. This is just, it's making my night worse. Paul Simon's pissed at me. I don't really care about that. He's kind of an idiot. Whatever. Hope I never see the guy again. Whatever. Anyway, Jenny Elfman, weirdo. I just want to talk about the Fear of the Walking Dead. She's talking to me about Scientology, and my thetans are off, and my energy's all bad. I should go in and get tested and put my... She said, I don't want to talk about it, people. Anyway. That is a... That's a 5.9.